Hi guys, welcome back. This is now issue 106 of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean, and this one looks fiddly. So in this issue, this is 106, we're going to be doing some LEDs. So in this packet we've got two LEDs and a couple of junction boxes, and they are going to go, I believe, the only place for them is underneath the car at the back. It just looks really fiddly. It might not be, you know, this could be quite an easy build, but it just looks fiddly by the parts that we've got. So, without further ado, let's go down and see what awaits. Okay, so I'm going to open the bag in the normal way and we'll have a look and see what comes in this issue. Okie doke, so fair few bits in here. Oh, we've got more wire as well, so it looks like we're going to be tying some wires up. Ooh. Okay, so we've got two covers. One says left and one says right. You see them. Okay. We've got two LEDs with red and blue wires. And they've got plugs on each end, so hoping they're going to have they're hoping they're going to be blue, and they haven't made an error. Okay, we've got two pieces of adhesive tape. We've got a wire tie, so we're going to be doing some more tidying up, and we've got this support bar here with the two junction boxes on there, so I assume LEDs are going to sit into those. And we've also got some AP screws. Okay, so that's it. Okay, okie doke. So yeah, we're going to need to turn the car upside down. So I'm going to get all these pieces up here out the way. We'll get the car up and then we'll go through this step by step. Okay, so where is my protective cloth? There we go, just to protect the side, the roof of the car. Oh dear. So here we go. This is the rear of the car. Okay, so the first step it wants us to do is attach the LEDs to the filaments with a piece of adhesive. Okay, so that's fairly easy. We've got one either side. Now this is going to be quite difficult because we've got the car upside down. What you want to do is sort of go round, trace the wires so they're straight, I think. So we know which way they're going to go into the box. Okay, so I've just followed them round all the channels just to make sure that they are parallel. I think that's the best thing to do. I'm going to need some more heat tubing because we're going to be doing that. So all it wants us to do is grab an LED and secure them. So I'm going to put the... Oh! Just going to secure them in there for a moment if possible. So I'm just going to put some heat tubing over the LED. It's a bit tight, but it'll go. Okay, I'm going to cut that back to leave some room. Okay, and then it wants us to just pop them in there. Sorry, I know you can't see too much, but I've just put the cables in there into the heat tubing. Just sort this focus out. Okay, like so, and then I'm just going to heat them together, which is easier said than done. It's difficult because it burns your hands. It's hot. Okay, that'll do. And then what we want to do is get some. I need to get some adhesive tape as well in this, on this one, because they're still a little bit loose. Yeah, see, they've come out. That's not a problem. Just make sure they're up as far as they'll go. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with that. That was really fiddly, but that's what we've got. So we've got the LED now attached to the other end of that. Okay, yeah, really confusing. What it wants us to do now is take this is going to take some forward planning, I know it is, because what it's asking us to do now is fit that into the right hand side . So I don't know how that's going to work. Like that, I suppose. So it's asking us to fit that in the right hand side and then put the cap on. but you need to do it right, because when you turn later on, after we've done the other side, we're going to turn all this round and fix it into place. However, if you do that, you can see the wires have now twisted. So what with both sides being the same, you're going to need to do a little bit of forward thinking to stop them being tangled up when you put this all together. So I'm just going to, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get some, I've got some electrical tape. Okay, and what I'm going to do is cut the little strips off and just secure. I'm just going to turn this back up. This is really difficult. What I'm going to do is put these cables in, and I'm just going to put a little bit of electrical tape on them so I can keep them in their channels for now, so I know which way, because the last thing you want is twisted cables. Then if you see what I mean, you should get what I'm aiming at. So it's not the strongest tape in the world. Okay, so there we go. So now we know which way. So that is going to fit. These doors keep flying open as well. I wish they wouldn't make us do this after it's built, because all the doors flap. Okay, so we can now imagine that that is then going to go I think that's going to fit on there. Do excuse me for a moment, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to work this all out. Okay, right, so we know this is going to fit like this. So then we can then plan which way these need to go in. So those LEDs, that LED needs to go in straight like that. This tape is not holding and it's really winding me up. Okay, so we now know that's got to go in that way. So we can turn this over. Okay, with a twist in it like that, and then what we can do is then put the cover in. Like so. So we push that cover on the top, and then with an AP screw, let's get this down. We're just going to secure that into place. Okay, and that's secured. Alright, so now obviously I've got a twist there, but when we come to turn this over, we know that they're going to be in the right way. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, okay, so what we've got to do now is do the other side. So, I'm going to turn the car around. And yeah, we're going to work on this side now. So again, we need to I'm just going to trace these cables so they're straight. Okay. That'll do, plenty of tape. So now I know that they are where they're going to end up. Okay, so when we put the LED in, we know when I twist that round, that'll be the wrong way, so it needs to go, oh, I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. It's really confusing. We need to do it so they both twist the same way. It doesn't really say anything about that. It's just telling you, I think people are going to come a cropper. It's just saying to attach the LED and whack it all together. It doesn't explain that it needs to be done a certain way, because when you turn it over, the filaments are going to start crossing. It doesn't say anything about that. Which doesn't help. I don't understand why they wouldn't suggest that. That's just one of my frustrations, like with the build. Okay, well anyway, moving forward, let's get the LED attached. So I'm just going to get a little bit of heat shrink here. Pop it over the bulb. And then we'll put the filaments in. We'll try and heat that up. Oh. Okay. Once we've done that, I'm going to put the other piece of tape over that. Just to keep that secure. Alright, so once we've done that, we now need to then ascertain which way this LED needs to go in order to be straight when it's flipped back over. So that's going to be straight, so it needs to go in that way. So then we can turn that round. So, okay, I'm happy now that that is going to be the correct final position. So again, we're going to put the other cap on to keep that into place. And then we're going to use an AP screw through that smaller hole there to keep that in place. And hopefully when we flick this over, yeah, they're going to be straight. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So it's very frustrating that it doesn't suggest that in the magazine, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so what we need to do now is saying to straighten these. Now I've done a bad and I've glued this one because it's falling out, but there is a little bit of flex there, so I should be okay with that. And then we're going to use AP screws to secure that into place. So I'm going to pop it into the broken side first and then just secure that down with an AP. Again, this is very fragile. Okay, I'm then going to do this side, and you'll see which way it goes in. There's a post and a locating pin, and then that'll just sit in there. Okay. Once we've secured them, we're then going to secure the two at the rear here through the bumper. There's a hole just under where this hole is. You'll see a small hole under there in the plastic. And that is fairly fiddly to get in. It doesn't want to go in with an AP screw. Fixed two more AP screws in the holes shown. Yeah. There you go. It was just trying to, it sort of cuts the thread. The hole is far too small for the AP screw. but I think it sort of it cuts and opens the thread as you're pushing it in. Okay, so that has all gone in nicely. Oh, yeah, very fiddly. You do need a lot of patience, I think. Okay, so the next step, once all that's all in, is to cross these wires. Uh, so, you're sort of just showing it like that, I think. So we want to connect you've got this plug here. So we're going to connect this one over here, bring the cable along, and then we're going to plug it into that socket. And then on the other side we've got another socket which I've actually, it's slightly hidden. Here it is. And there's not much gap on that, so can you just see it there? I'm going to have to use my tweezers to plug that one in. We're going to attach that in. It doesn't really say what to do with those plugs, but what it is telling us to do is now use the wire to secure these cables into place. Oh, excuse me. God, this is tense. Okay, so it's sort of showing the cables sitting like so. So we're going to use the wire under the middle. And then tighten that. That'll do. Okay, that's that one. And then it wants us to do two more either side. So, oh, this is really complicated. One at the bottom here. I'm not quite sure what we need to be honest. Sorry I'm quiet, this is really quite fiddly. This is going to be a long video, I think. half an hour already. Okay, one up there, wants one up the top. And I'm not actually sure I'm going to have enough wire, so luckily I did save some from, I might just have enough. Okay, so I hope you can see that. So what I've done, wanted a cable tie just in the middle there, and then wanted two, one at the bottom and one at the top on this section here. You can just about see there, one there, and one cable comes up into the LED and the other one just ducks back in underneath there. So we're going to do the same on this side now. Okay, so that's one in. And then the last one just up the top here. And I did just have enough cable actually. Just. There we go. So that's neatened that up nicely. So that's what we should be left with. Okay. And I've also got nice flat flux bands. Wow, so, oh, you're skew F, what's going on? Okay, that was intense. What can I say? Do you know what? I didn't really enjoy that issue, I must admit. It was very fiddly. Uh, as I say, just be careful when you put that all together that you get the flux band straight. When you, it doesn't. I'm upset that the magazine doesn't tell people to do that because, you know, not everyone's at different abilities on their builds. You know, people have got different abilities, and I know there may be another couple of YouTubers that may mess that up. And it's not a problem because you can undo it and rectify it, but it's, you want to try and get it right the first time, don't you? Because it's such a fiddly thing to do. You really don't want to be stripping it down and doing it again. But no, I'm happy it's gone the way it has. As I say, just be careful when you're doing it. Make sure it's all, that you've lined everything up correctly. There's no twists in any of the cables or anything, and just, yeah, follow the magazine. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to turn the car on actually, and I suppose we better check that they actually work. So let me just bring you back down. I've still got the car up in the air. I'm going to try and locate the switch. Ah, yeah, there you go. Brilliant. Okay, so luckily mine do work as well. both LEDs are lit. Not too bad. Again, nice and bright at the ends there, but then we're dull in the middle here. But I'm really, really pleased that they work at least. At least I won't have to take that apart again. So, if you smoke, then you may be already having a cigarette if you've done this issue, because I smoke and I'll certainly be going down for a cigarette after that. But no, hope you enjoyed the builds. Take care, good luck with that, and I hope it goes well for you. Please like, share, subscribe. If you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below, and I'm just about to go and make one after that. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Take care. Na, 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 na.